Hello, this is Mental Refreshments LLC channel. What I'm going to talk about today is how you can tell if you feel valued or not valued in any relationship that you have with any person. The first thing that I will bring up is one way would be when your view or your opinion matters or not matters. Not being shut down when you have something to say. The other point would be a person will hear what you have to say in a complete sentence that you're trying to explain to them. Instead of being in defense mode and thinking about what they're going to say back to you. And if they don't hear you well, they will wait till you finish and then be like, I'm not sure if I heard you correctly, so I want to ask you, and say, this is what I heard you say, and if I'm wrong, please explain to me. That way I can hear you correctly. I don't want to assume the wrong thing. Those are conversations that a grown person will have that is not want to be in the way of something that they claim that they want. A person that doesn't value your opinion, they don't have room in their life for you in a relationship. That's just the same as a relationship with a family member. If your view or your opinion doesn't matter, they should not come to you about anything. They shouldn't ask you anything. They should not want to know nothing about anything coming out your mouth because they don't value and don't respect you at all. Point blank, that's what it is. Job-wise, obviously they hired you because they felt you was going to be valuable. But if you're on the job and you're coming to them with your view, your opinion on something that you think that would help on the job, dealing with you or with anybody else, if they shut you down and tell you they don't have time to hear what you got to say, then you will know you are not valuable to that company. And it's on you at that point to stay and continue to be disrespected, to be not treated fairly, because that's all it is. When a person doesn't take the time to hear you out, to understand how you feel, because it takes two. In a relationship is not one person. It's different people. It can be two people, it can be more than that. But on this factor that I'm talking about two people. How can you want something? How can you say you want a relationship if already in your head you have formed the fact that this is what I'm going to do? This is what I have done in the past. I've even heard a person tell me, in my past relationships, marriage or whatever, that person I dealt with didn't know what I was going to do. In my mind, that's not a relationship. It's two in that situation. Everybody should have a choice. Everybody should have a say in anything pertaining to their life. And when they don't, you're letting them know they are not valued. They are not respected. You are the person that matters. Because in your mind, you are taking their choices away, their rights away. And when I feel like I don't have a choice, an opinion, or a right, or not being treated fairly, I remove myself from the situation that is not good for me. How will you know what's good for someone else if you're not them? You got to ask their opinion, ask their view. And if you don't want to hear that, then you're not ready for a relationship. You are already in a relationship with too many people. That's you, yourself, and your I. You don't have room for no one else in your life. So then you need to be by yourself, married to yourself, in a relationship with yourself. The world revolves around you because there's no room for no one else. So when a person tell you, oh, they value you, they respect you, they love you, they can't. If none of what I brought up to you is being considered. I've had people that have not listened to what I had to say when I'm bringing it to their attention because they're in defense mode. Think about this. If a person is in defense mode, they're not hearing what you got to say. In their mind, they're forming the thoughts of what they're going to say back to you. Basically, they're in their ego and pride moment. Instead of stepping back, removing their emotions, and hearing the person out, is part of good communication. And if you don't have that, you're not ready for anything. You're not ready to face the world. You got to have good communication on the job. You can't argue with that person, your boss, tell that boss, oh, I ain't gonna do, you ain't? Okay, well then we don't feel that you need to be with this company anymore. Most people will shut their mouth and carry what they view and thoughts is and keep it inside. Once they leave, and then they be like, but they're not gonna say it to their face. Now, me sometimes, hey, depending on the moment, the situation, and the time, I've had to come up at people and be like, hey, I'm gonna need you back up off of me. I'm trying to remain professional, but we're not gonna go down that road of disrespect and unfairness. My view and my opinion matters. I'm gonna put myself first. If I can't come together with a person in a relationship the correct way, I would rather be myself and be happy instead of being miserable and not respected. And on that note, demand respect, demand your worthness, your value, understand who you are, and be content and love yourself. Have a beautiful day.